to dive into the waters of this topic again, which is, should I carry my passport around in Italy? Like this commenter saying, police got on their train and demanded people's passports. This is legal in Italy, and I have gotten a lot of flack. One of my other videos I made, I mentioned this law and said you should carry your passport around, and people were up in arms that I was like, how could you suggest? I can't imagine carrying my passport around. That's fine. You do not have to take the risk of carrying your passport around, but you need to know you're not abiding by the law. Potentially, if you get stopped, you might face consequences. That is a risk you can take. You are allowed to, it is your life. You take that risk, but you need to know that legally at any point walking around on trains, etc., police are allowed to stop you and ask for official identification. And the only official identification is your passport. As an American citizen in many other countries, that is, your state ID is not good enough. A copy of your passport technically is not your official identification. It will be up to that officer what they decide to do. They could take you back to the station. They could fine you. They could do nothing. That it's totally up to them. I have a good friend who's a police officer in Italy, and part of what their job is this sometimes is getting on trains and checking passports. And, you know, they can do that also in the streets and, you know, just walking around. So just know that's the law. That's not the law in the United States. You can't do that as a police officer without cause. But in Italy, you absolutely can, and they absolutely do. Does not happen that often, but I want you to know what the laws are because it's very important. I think it's very important to be prepared to abide by the laws. Now, some people do not feel comfortable, and I understand this. People do not feel comfortable carrying their passport with them. I do get that. I want to point out hotel safes are not always safe either. People have lost their passports in a hotel safe, okay? So just know there's nothing that's 100% safe for you. The best form of protection, in my opinion, is just making sure you have easily accessible color copy backups printed, as well as make sure you have digital access. If you need to go get an emergency passport, there are the embassy in Rome and the consulates in Naples and Florence and Milan, I believe, are where they are at. So you could go get an emergency passport and get one that would get you back to your home country. So that's the backup plan. But what I do, by the way, is I always carry my passport with me. It goes in my crossbody purse inside an inner zipped pocket in my purse. There's an outer zip pocket to my purse too. So in the event I had my outer zip open, a pickpocket or someone wouldn't even be able to pull my passport out. That passport's always zipped in. I don't open it for any other reason. So it is always zip closed. Then of course I always have my top zip part also closed, but in the event I happen to forget or something, and then I'm hyper vigilant about that bag. That bag goes everywhere I go. Like I don't go to the bathroom without that bag, even if I have friends that are watching it. That is with me at all times. That's what makes me feel the most safe. Not everyone feels that way, so you do you. And just know, like I get asked this in consulting calls, and I get the fear around carrying your passport, but I also want people to know that I think you should find a way to feel safe about carrying it, is what I think you should do. I think that's safer. Also, in the event something happened and you were separated from getting, like, just all the situations in which having your passport, I think, can be just, for me, it gives me peace of mind. If something happened, if I needed to, there was an emergency situation, if, you know, whatever, it's just, I've got my official identification. I can move, I can leave, I can exit if I needed to. But that's me. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for this comment, by the way. It's like, also, I don't mean to scare anybody or like give anybody anxiety about this. I just want you to know what the laws are. So there we go, guys. Thanks.